We'll have the 1 minute silence due to one of the Invictus Racing League members had a bereavement moment. So the 1 minute silence will be kicked in as of now. So we'll be back in a short while. Good evening everyone and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. I am your host with the most mouth. Tonight with me as always is the greatest American commentator of them all, and unfortunately this is the last race he will commentate in the F3 League. So Tim, how you doing mate? You alright?
I'm doing very well, and I'm hoping to make it a good one. Unfortunately, I'm having a schedule change. So that is the reason that this has to be my last F3 race, but fear not, I will still be with you side by side for the Performance League races on Tuesday. So I am very much excited to still be doing that and to go out on a high note with tonight's race.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, and I'm sure this is going to be one of the bestest races. I'm sure this is one of your favourite tracks, or second favourite track as well. But we will be doing this is the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. This is the 54th race at the glorious close race of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and also this will be the most races ever, the total races that we've used at the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, since it's produced as well. So Mike is going to do his qualifying lap now, coming up to, which is turn 1 now, and then into, which is turn 2. He's got a bit of traffic there now, so they're going to try and get out of the way here as quickly as possible here. So Mike's coming up to, which is turn 3, and then coming up to, which is turn 4 now, and then into turn 5, which is the end of the first sector, and then into, which is turn 6, and then 7 here, and then down the hairpin here, a little bit of hairpin into turn 8. And then you feel like you're going up the hill here with a roller coaster ride here, and then down with this double left-hander 9, and then 10 here, which is absolutely manic stuff here as well. And then down the proper DRS straight here as well. And then coming up to, which is turn 11 now. You feel like you're going up the hill here, and then into, which is turn 12 here as well, and then the end of the second sector here into turn 13, the unlucky turn as well. And then down, go up the hill and then down the straight here, and try to do everything possible here as well. Coming up to, which is a turn 14 now, and then turn 15 at the moment here. So this is a qualifying lap of Mike's time here. Oh, he's teasing us. He's absolutely teasing us. Madness. We're going to go back to Nice Neils or F1 Mr. P, because those were the other two drivers who were out there. Mr. P did the fastest lap here with a 129.9, and Nice Neils did a 136.8. 136.8. We got a full grid here, Tim, on your last ever race of the F3. Don't worry, you will be bounced back. Oh, Dutch Louis. Oh, fantastic stuff there. 128.3 on the soft tyres. Tim.
Yeah, and Dutch Louis, this is his second race in the F3 League. Of course, last week was his debut. He is a reserve driver for tennis, and so far he is showing that he definitely belongs in this series with a very fast lap of a 128.3.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there. So just trying to see who has come up here. JSP and Rymac are in the top 3 here with the Williams car as well. Yellow flag sectors in all 3 sectors here tonight here. So let's see what happens here. Good evening to everyone that's joined the session here. WW3 Kyle says, come on, let's go Rymac. Let's see what he can do. He's in 3rd place at the minute with the hard tyres. So majority of the drivers have gone the hard tyres here. 2 drivers are going for the soft tyres, which is very, very risky here. But anything can happen here. Dre Gio is disqualified from session as going the wrong way. So it's going from bad to worse here for Dre Gio this season. Hopefully he'll bounce back as quickly as possible here. Is there anyone? Look, 2 Red Bulls, the 6th and 7th here of Luke Bailey and Nitrogash. Mr. P is in 5th place here. Reynolds is in 4th place here as well. Who are you watching so far, Tim?
Currently watching Mike. He is on his outlap in the Haas machine. Currently going through turn 8, so I'll check back with him here in just a moment. Looks like synchronously, though, he is on a flying lap, as is TTG Jeffrey. But gonna watch synchronously and ride on board with him here as he just comes out of turn 13, approaching turns 14 and 15, the final corners on the track. A very good line through there, no lockups, very smooth. Now he just has to go down the straightaway and past the DRS zone, and as he crosses the line, his time will be a 129.620, good enough for 5th at the moment. That's a brilliant time there from Synchronously, but, however, if you compare to what Rymack's done here, that is not good enough for medium tyre quicker, but it's good time. Don't get me wrong, it's a good time. But if you compare to who has the slowest tyre wear or the slowest tyre compared to that, and you need to hit the 27s on the softs, 28s for the mediums. So let's see what he can do, Synchronously, on his day here. But Vontek and Synchronously are the only ones, and Nice Deals are the only ones who are on the medium tyres as well. So they're playing a little bit safer here, while all the drivers here, majority of them have gone for the hards. And like I said, some of them are on the soft tyres as well. Is there anyone out there that's trying to do a unbelievable moment here? F1 Mr. P is coming up to turn 13 at the moment here. Mr. P, he's one of those drivers who has not won a race yet in, like I said, the most races that have not won at all. He's had like a bit of that, but the bad record here would go to O'Steve, who since he joined the F3 League, he has not won a race. He has not won a race at all. Same with F1 Richards. So the record here, as it stands, like I said, O'Steven's got the biggest race start here with 49 out of 53, so that's still an impressive stuff there. F1 Richard 48 races, and Brenner was 47. Nitrogas did 45 race starts as well. So as he did a brilliant job here last night in the Realistic Performance League on the Tuesday nights. To get a podium here as well, but I have to wait and see what happens here so far. But Tim, what do you think will happen here tonight? Would you have gone for the hards, or would you have gone for the mediums or softs if you was racing tonight? Well, last night we really didn't see a lot of drivers going for the softs. In fact, I don't recall seeing any drivers put on the softs last night. So it's really looking like, mediums and hards are the way to go. It, really just depends on the order that you're going to go and put them on the car. But me personally, as we saw last night, I would have went, qualify on the mediums, start on the mediums, then just go hards and try to make them last, for the rest of the race. Absolutely.
But it's a tough one, because it just depends on what everyone else is doing, and also depending on if you're battling out against a driver who's near against you on the driver standings here as well. So we have to wait and see what happens here so far. O'Steven, who's, as I said earlier, he's had the torrid time here with without, like I said, 49 races, total race starts, 49 without a win at all. He's got podiums on him, but he cannot get that win to get that record off as well. Same with F1 Richard, he did 48 races as well, still no race win as well. Nigel Gash, he's like 45 race wins, 45 race starts, but no wins at all as well. So it just depends on how they can capitalise it as well. Jeffrey moves up to 5th place as well. That's a brilliant time from him, actually, considering he's had a tough start in the Invictus Racing League with, like I said, the less points here as well. But like I said, that could be a good qualifying lap here. But look at the times there, Tim. Can you see if anyone's going to try and hit the 27s tonight?
I think that might be just a little bit of a stretch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the fastest lap that we saw in the Performance League race last night was only about a 129, maybe a 128. So a 127, where it does seem possible, it just is a bit of a stretch to me.
Because the reason why I'm going to say we might hit the 27s, because with the hard tyres, it's 1.2 seconds of a gap between hards and softs. So, like I said, it might hit the 27.9, I reckon. If Rymac went on the softs, which I doubt it, but if he did went on the softs, and compared to that, he might just hit the 27s, like late 27s, but just less 28s as well. So good evening to Daz. How you doing, mate? How do you, mate? All right. I hope you're okay. Well, what do you think is going to happen here tonight, guys? What do you think is your top 3 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League here tonight? Who's going to be to stop Dutch Louis here on his second race as well? JSP moves up to first place now with a 1:28.2. It's coming, Tim. It is actually coming into the 27s nearly.
We're going to have to wait and see if you're right about that, Malc. Currently, I'm on board with Craig. He's currently in the 15th position with a 1:30.5, but he has the soft tires fitted, so I look for him to improve this time on this lap, as I believe it was the mediums or maybe even the hard tires that he used for that previous lap. He's currently going through turn 11 and approaching the uphill turn 12, that right-hander. Going through turn 13 right now and exiting onto the straightaway. He has a little bit of traffic in front of him, but I don't believe it's going to really hurt him. In fact, it might even help him. He might be able to get just a little bit of a slipstream off of that car. That is F1 Richard in the McLaren. So if he's able to get a little bit of a slipstream, that will definitely improve his time as he crosses the DRS line, and he will cross the line now. It is a 1:28.7 for Craig.
1:28.7. That's absolutely unbelievable stuff there from Craig. Into the top 3 here tonight in third place. Yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 2, so something must happen there. But at the moment here, we've got JSP in first place. Dutch Louis in second place. Craig is in third, which just crossed over the line. Rymac in fourth place here. Gasto, the Drivers' Championship leader, in fifth place. Jeffrey is in sixth. Votek is in seventh. Steele is in eighth. Sikonosley is in ninth. F1 Richards in 10th. Brennan's Bobby is in 11th place. F1 Mr. P is in 12th. Oh, Stephen is in 13th. Luke Bailey in 14th. Nigel Gash 15th. Peter McClure 16th. Oh, we've just had someone just moved up. I think that might be Mike. Yes, it is. Mike has moved up to 8th on the 1:29.572 in the hard time. So that's a good time, to be fair. That's a really good time. Closer to, would have been 29.4 from Jeffrey's time of the hards here as well. Like I said, Luke was in 15th, Nigel Gus 16th, Peter McLaren 17th, so Spud in 18th place, so he needs to try and do something here with 5 minutes left to go. Dutch Louis is going back into pole position here. Oh my days, we nearly hit the 27s here, Tim.
Nearly, and we are maybe just going to get there. As you said, Dutch Louis 1:28.068. That is a flying lap. Craig still running in third. JSP still in second, so that is your top 3 at the moment. Rymac on the outside looking in, but he is in the pits. Now Botchtech going out on the soft tires and starting his flying lap as he crosses the line and now heads down into turn 1. Will he be able to improve his time? It is currently a 1:29.5. And as I say that, it appears as though we are having a bit of a connection issue for Botchtech, but so far, so good.
I think he's all right on my screen at the moment here, but he's still okay. He's still okay on the screen here. But at the moment here, Votek, where do you think Votek will finish in this lap here, Tim?
Really, I don't know. It does not look like his lines are as smooth as maybe Craig's were to even get to third, but I would say definitely around the top 5. And as we say that, F1 Mr. P has since set the third fastest time at 1:28.6 on medium tires.
That's a cracker of a time there from F1 Mr. P here with a 1:28.663 here. So at the moment here, Votek is coming up 2, which is the end of the second sector now. It's passing into turn 11 and then into turn 12 now. Coming up to unlucky turn 13 here, where everyone going to have to be careful. They're going wide there. Turn 10 and turn 1 are the crucial points here. But if you want to know the tyre strategies here tonight, you have the best strategies to go for is the soft hards. That is the quickest tyre strategy from what I've had from the telemetry point of view here. But we did see last night that medium hards was the better one as well. But you will lose out by 0.6 of 0.6 or 6/10 of the fastest tyre strategies as well. Sorry, like I said, I do apologise, guys. I'm just trying to remember what I was about to say next. But like I said, I hope everyone's all okay, well, and going to be enjoying this one as well. So under 3 minutes left here. Vontek moves up to 5th place here. Nice Niels moves up to 8th place here. Daz North says, hoping Spud does well tonight. I hope he does. But at the moment, he's right at the back here as well. So hopefully he'll try and bounce back here as quickly as possible. But bear in mind though, Spud, who's got this is one of his favourite tracks, Tim. This is one of his favourite tracks. At the moment, he's not happy at the moment tonight, but he has got a bit of a record here at Bahrain where he had at least won 3 of his, I think it was 10 wins, 10 or 11 wins here at the Bahrain track. So he's one of his favourite tracks galore here. So Nitrogas moves up to 8th place now with 2 minutes 10. Who are you watching so far, Tim?
Currently, I'm watching Rimac. He is on his out lap, although he's at the first sector of the track, so we'll come back to him in just a moment. Going down the line here, Still B on his flying lap. Currently, he is in 12th with a 129.593. He's going to try to improve on that time this round. Currently on the medium tires as he comes out of turn 13, approaching turns 14 and 15, taking the right-hander. So far, so good. Very smooth through there. A nice line. He's going to cross the line momentarily, and as he crosses the line, his time will be not improving, still staying at a 129.5.
Yeah, still, he's going to do his proper lapping now with 1 lap to go here. So this will be his one and only shot here of the race, of the qualifying tonight here. Good evening to Nick. He says, come on, Brennan's work to be done here. So Brennan's is struggling with 16th place at the moment. F1 Richard as well. The 2 McLaren drivers are having a torrid time here at the back, nearly at the back of the grid here. Same with the two Mercedes at 12th and 17th places. So let's see what happens here. But the best ones at the moment here are the Williams drivers here with JSP and Rimac, who are having a ding-dong battle here with 1 minute left. 1 minute left of the qualifying here. Who will try and stop the time here as well? Sir Spud has moved up to 6th place now. He moves up to 6th place here. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to Dutch Louis here because I think he's going to really go for it here on the medium tyres here. He's going to do something here because he had the best of his time at 128.068 on the soft tyres here. So I'm going to watch it from his point of view. But who are you watching at the moment here, Tim?
Actually, I have been watching Dutch Louis because I am very impressed. In only his 2nd race, he's currently sitting on the provisional pole with a good chance to walk away with the pole in this one. He currently has a 128.068, and he's decided to go out for his final lap on medium tires. He set the time on softs, but he's decided to try to go for medium tires to see if maybe he can get a better time, or maybe he's just out there for practice. Who knows? But every driver behind him is going to try to beat his time, but only one can get the pole.
Absolutely. 20 does not go, or 19 at the moment will not go into 1 here. But at the moment, Dutch Louis will be holding on there for first place here because the qualifying has stopped. The qualifying has now stopped at the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Will Dutch Louis on his second race, get a pole position here at the Bahrain Grand Prix here for the unbelievable moment here. Can we try and see what we can do here at this moment in time? It's coming down the straight here with the Nero straight here. He's trying to improve. No, he doesn't. He does not improve here. F1 Mr. P is in 3rd place. He's on the soft tyres now. He's going to try and improve his time here. Craig is also out. Sir Spud is also out, but I don't think he'll improve. I don't think Sir Spud will improve. Brett Orts moves on. Ryback has moved up to 1st place here. Unbelievable stuff there. He's the first driver to hit the 27s. 127.794. Unbelievable stuff there. But still watching F1 Mr. P coming down the straight here in the 3rd sector here. I will lose my voice here. I want to say what, this is going to be unbelievable stuff here. Can Mr. P try and be the best driver here? No! Oh, he's teasing us. He's absolutely teasing us. So Spud coming up too, which is the final bit of the corner here. So I think he's going to get back in here. I don't know if Steele is going to improve here, but if that is what I'm seeing here, oh, Ryback, you beauty here. He's just got into pole position here just by the nick of time there. Absolutely unbelievable stuff there, Tim.
Unbelievable indeed. And Rimac, he has been the one to watch each and every week. Not the only one, but definitely one that is going to have a win coming soon. He has not had the best of luck. There's been times where he's had issues with time penalties, but he has been one of the drivers in this field to watch who has not yet got a win And he is a newcomer. He has not even ran the full season in F3. He is brand new, along with JSP, who got his first win last week. And then Dutch Louis, who is only in his second race. So we have basically 3 newcomers rounding out the podium positions for this qualifying session.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there. But like I said, with the tables, I will go through the driver standings in a moment or two, but we will do the short qualifying classification for the Bahrain Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League. The F3 League, you got Ryback in first, Dutch Louis is second, JSP in third. As you said, Tim, 3 newcomers in the top 3 tonight. F1 Mr. P in fourth. Craig is in 5th, Fontek is 6th. Brenard's did a brilliant lap there in 7th place there. Mike is in 8th as well. Spud 9th, Steele 10th, F1 Richard in 11th, Gusto 12th, O'Steven 13th, Peter McKay 14th, Nigel Gas 15th, Nice Neil 16th, Jeffrey is 17th, Synchronicity 18th, Luke Bailey 19th, and Dre Gill, who's at the DSQ during the qualifying here in 20th place. So we were going to have a full grid here. This is going to be unbelievable. I think me and Tim will be absolutely losing the plot here to find out where we're going to start with the absolute unbelievable moments here. But we're going to do the advertisements, guys, and then we'll talk about the race in a moment or two. This is the Invictus Racing League this on the YouTube channel for all the live races here. Tonight we are on the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, with myself and Tim, the greatest American commentator of them all as well. But we also got the F2 League live and exclusive for you guys tonight at the same time here with Warris Lander and Energy Dan. Live and exclusive for you guys as well. So if you want to tune in on that as well as us, tune in on that to see what they're doing as well. But also, not only we're on the Wednesday nights as well, we've got Monday nights with the F1 League as well. That used to be the No Assist League with the greatest commentator duo of them all, Gareth and Sab there as well. And also on the Tuesday nights, myself and Tim will be doing the Realistic Performance League on the Tuesday nights. Obviously, Tim on his last commentator race on F3 tonight, so let's make it one of the bestest races ever for F3, so he will remember it for the rest of his life here as well. So, but also we've got the podcast on the Thursday nights with Gareth and Sab. They do a brilliant podcast. They're listening to talk about the real life F1 and also talking about the updates on Invictus Racing League as well. But not only we're on the YouTube channel, but we also got Instagram, Twitter and Facebook as well, so make sure you like, subscribe and follow for all the latest updates as well. But the most important update of you all is, if you like the racing, why don't you join in on invictusracingleague.com to join in and register to apply to race here, and we'll get one of the admins to get in contact with you, and you might get into the league as long as there's subject to availability as well. But we're about to start the formation lap and kicking off here now with 29 laps of the Bahrain Grand Prix here. Normally, this is the pressure on Tim here, where I'm going to ask him the 3 drivers. Who's going to be your 3 drivers for tonight here, Tim?
My 3 drivers for tonight. I am thinking that Rimac is going to get his first win. And honestly, for the rest of the podium positions, I am having so much trouble deciding because, you know, we've got Dutch Louis and JSP who have shown promising speed, not only in the qualifying session, but also last week. But then we've got F1 Mr. P back there who, you know, like you said, he has not gotten a win this season, but he has been so very fast and even coming in second in the season opener. So it's really just hard for me to pick. So I'm going to say Rimac gets his first win. And I don't know, honestly, I'm liking Dutch Louis and JSP for the other podium positions. I think that, you know, F1 Mr. P, he can fight for it. I think Craig can fight for it, you know, if he's able to get up there. But it just seems like those 3 drivers up top have the speed.
Ooh, in any order, or just those in particular orders, Tim?
In any order.
Okay, fair dues. So Ryback, Dutch Louis and JSP are the top 3 in any order from Tim's predictions here tonight. My prediction at the moment here, I think Ryback will get a podium here. I'm not sure if he'll get the win because obviously Dutch Louis could be on for a fantastic battle here if he can try and play his cards right here. JSP, who's been struggling with points. Obviously, he finishes in 7th and 8th place before last week's win at the British Grand Prix as well. So, absolutely manic stuff there. Oh, sorry, was it Azerbaijan? It was Azerbaijan, I think it was. I do apologise if I got... Yeah, Azerbaijan. I do apologise. I got that wrong. I was on about British Grand Prix the other week as well. So, like I said, Rimac will be coming to the grid there now. And as always, for the final time for Tim, I'll let you do the honours for the F3 League grid.
And an honor it always is. And as you said, my last F3 League race, at least for this season. We will have to see what happens later on down the road. But as of now, due to a schedule change, my last F3 race, so we are going to make it a good one. And as the drivers line up on the grid, I am ready, they are ready, the viewers at home are ready, we are all ready to go, and go we will. You hear those engines, you hear them revving, and the drivers, their eyes are fixed on the lights that are not there, but come on now with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. No red lights, and it is green for the Invictus Racing League's F3 League Bahrain Grand Prix. Rimac getting out to an early lead under a lot of pressure from JSP, who is trying to make a move, but Dutch Louis also trying to go on the inside. Maybe a little bit of contact between the Force India machine, the Racing Point machine, and the Williams there. JSP still running in third. He, for a moment, was in second, but he dropped back down to third. Dutch Louis now going to try to maybe go on the inside, but realizes he is not close enough. Rimac still holding on to this lead. Meanwhile, we have a little bit of a battle in the back with F1 Richard and Mike, as there was maybe just a little bit of contact, and now there is a Racing Point of Nice Deals, who has spun. Nice Deals has spun into the grass and into the dirt, and he is now all the way back to the 20th position.
I'm not sure what happened there, but... Oh my days, we've got two Mercedes here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff there. I did not see what happened there between Synchronicity and Nice Deals. I knew Synchronicity dropped down when he was battling out with F1 Richard. They're all battling out here at turn 10 here. Yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 3. Jeffrey's dropped down to 20th now. Oh my days, we've got Mike's battling out with Spun here for in turn 11 here. Absolutely unbelievable move there for Mike. Oh, we don't know which one to pick here. 420 cars battling out here, but Nitricus had a drive-through penalty here. Nitricus had a drive-through penalty for jump start at the grid here. So at the moment here, Martin is still here. Rymac's trying to push against Dutch Louis, who's had an unbelievable start here. JSP trying to close in as well. Tim! Oh!
This is already... And Craig is retired from the session. Not sure what happened, Malc. Did you see?
No, he's lost. I don't know what happened there, but he looked like he went onto the last corner and must have hit the wall there at the curb, and he's lost his wheel. So Craig is out of the race here. Craig is out of the race. I did not see it fully, but it looked like from the wheel that he's come off. He must have hit the wall with a brutal force there. So Craig is unfortunately out of the race here, and he's out of the session here tonight. Yellow flag set to 3. Yellow flag set to 3 because of that. Will we have a safety car moment here? I doubt it, but I tell you what, this is going to be unbelievable stuff here to try and catch up with everything that's going on. But Brenos is in 6th place here, try and clutch in on Vontek now. But the drivers who are on the medium tyres will have a good advantage here for the mediums hards. But the softs will have to kick in at lap 9 to 10. But it depends on how they can try and capitalise on it as well with the tyre wear in this moment in time here. But who are you watching so far, Tim?
Currently, I am watching Dutch Louis. He was gaining on Rimac, but now Rimac has put more distance between them. For a moment, Dutch Louis was in DRS range, but unfortunately, without DRS being active. So Rimac 1.2 seconds ahead now, and now the Racing Point machine has a Williams on his back bumper. That is JSP, who is just half a second behind, and when DRS is active, he is going to take advantage of it and try to get by that Racing Point. But JSP actually goes wide out of turns 14 and 15. He goes a little bit wide, and that's actually going to put a big gap in between them. It is now 1.1 seconds separating the two. But using the slipstream, JSP is now having a little bit of an advantage as they go to turn 1.
I'm not sure what's happened there, but O'Steven is out of the race here. So we've got two drivers who are out of the race here. I'm just watching it from there. We've got yellow flags at the last corner there at turn 14 and 15. I'm just watching it. Oh my days, O'Steven has crashed at turn 15. He went wide. It looked like he went wide to the left-hand side there. I'm just watching from Nitric Ash's point of view there. But two drivers have had casualties at turn 14/15. We do not want to see a hat-trick of moments here, but that is just unbelievable stuff there. We're on lap 3 of 29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. I hope you all enjoyed it. Live and exclusive here, guys. But absolutely manic stuff here tonight. So at the moment here, JSP trying to close in on Dutch Louis here for second place here. But Tim, what a manic start here of the F3 League.
Yeah, definitely. Already we have 2 DNFs in only the 3rd lap. And a lot of jostling around for position. Nice nails, he is spun as well. So 1 spin and 2 DNFs, very unfortunate for those drivers. And it's really, that's what I would expect to see at Bahrain. But after last night's race, I really wasn't expecting it tonight.
I wasn't expecting it at all here. I was not expecting it at all. Good evening to Steve, who's just joined in after what happened here tonight. Ryan Max got the fastest off the race though, 132.435. He says, oh my God, my own teammate. So it might have been something happened there between himself and Steele at 14.50. We'll have to find out sooner or later. But JSP goes up beside here with Dutch Louis here. Oh, what a move! What a move there from JSP! Brilliant move there against Dutch Louis here for second place here. What a move! What a move! Peter McLaren has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, Tim.
Yeah, and that is unfortunate. That's the first time penalty of the session, at least if you do not count Nitro Gas's drive-through. So far, BWA Clyde running in the 12th position in the Alfa Romeo, so that is going to be definitely a hurt to him. But behind him, Luke Bailey in the Red Bull, he is trying to make up ground and going to try to get by this Alfa Romeo here, but he goes a little bit wide through turn 8. Looks like Nice Neils in the Racing Point machine got a little bit underneath that Red Bull, and that caused Luke Bailey to not have the preferred line. But as they go through turn 10, Luke Bailey definitely with the preferred line here, and as BWA Clyde goes a little bit wide, Luke Bailey's going to use the DRS to his advantage to maybe get by him. But as I say that, I see that BWA Clyde is still somehow pulling away, and so not able to allow Luke Bailey to get by this time.
While you're watching Peter McLaren, he's lost a bit of his front wing on the right-hand side there, so he will lose so much time on the straights here. That's why Luke Bailey might have a chance here. He'll try the overtake on Peter McLaren. He's got a little bit wide there, turn 13 here. But Luke Bailey will have a chance here. Luke Bailey will have a chance here to try and make the move done. Will he try and make the move done now and dusted here? Because Nice Neils will be bouncing back here. Luke Bailey's point of view here, try to bounce at this moment in time here. We're on lap 5 of 29 at this moment in time here. But the 2 Williams are having a brilliant race for the beat here. But look at Luke Bailey here trying to make the move. Oh, 2 in the bed. We've got a 2 in the bed moment here. Oh, come on. Oh, my days. No. Oh, Peter McLean's made a mistake there. And this brought 2. No. Don't you do that. Do this to me, please. Come on. Good, Nice Neils doing it. No, Luke Bailey's holding on for 12th place here. Tim! Oh no, there's been contact at Dre Gio's car there at 16th place here, Tim.
Not sure what happened there, but Dre Gio, he's going to have to be careful to not get disqualified as he's trying to turn around. He did get disqualified the last time, so he's going to have to be very careful here.
Absolutely. But like I said, we've got a 3-car battle here between 8th, 9th and 10th place here, between F1 Richards, Spud and Steele here. So what a race so far on lap 5 of 29. What a race. Absolutely unbelievable. Nice Neils moves up to 12th. Luke Bailey drops down to 13th place here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff there. Stephen, if you're there, tell us what happened from your point of view. I'm guessing that there must be in contact between yourself and Steele for 10th place here. But look at Steele against Spud here. Oh, my days. Oh, it looked like there was a bit of an issue with the car of Steele's, but hopefully he'll try and bounce back here, but he will have the DRS straight now against Spud here for the 9th place here. Breno's moved up to 6th. No, Mike's moved up to 6th place now. Oh, Steele! Is it Steele? Oh, I'll tell you what, that was close. I don't know if that was close. Actually, that would have been contact there. But look at Brenos. Brenos is trying to go side by side here with Mike here for 6th place here. Absolutely unbelievable. Spud. Oh no, Steele.
And Steele spins. Steele has spun. Sorry, Malc, but Steele has spun. He was trying to get by Sir Spud, and Sir Spud just going into the corner looked like he tipped the left front tire, and that just took him around.
Yeah, I'm not. It might have been there, but like I said, Spud went through the outside there, so that was still a good move there. But I don't know if there's been some issues with Spud's car at the moment here, so hopefully we'll try and get that sorted here. But look at Brennan's now, trying to close it on Mike. Got it now for 6th place here. If you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel on the YouTube channel for all the live races here as well. This has been absolutely belt of a race here. So many unbelievable moments here. Rymac holding on for 1st place. JSP, his teammate, in 2nd place. So massive points here for the Williams. Don't you agree, Tim?
Definitely, and I've actually been monitoring this battle for quite some time now, and JSP has been gaining on Rymac, and by association, if not only through DRS, Dutch Louis has been able to gain on him as well, but that's also allowed all the other drivers behind them to catch up to Dutch Louis. So F1 Mr. P now at the back bumper of Dutch Louis. Vodchtek on the back bumper of the Haas machine of F1 Mr. P. So this is just shaping up to be an incredible battle for the lead here, as JSP is only 1.1 seconds back behind Rymac, and the rest of the field all the way to 5th is more or less nose to tail.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable stuff here. Rymac has not won a race yet. JSP has won it from last week at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Dutch Louis could have his win here tonight. F1 Mr. P would be the one to watch, actually, as long as he keeps it on track here, because he's got one that's got the advantage. Oh, Dutch Louis! Oh, my days! Dutch Louis has lost it at turn 8, sorry. So turn 8, he's lost it there. So Dutch Louis had a brilliant momentum there. I don't know if he's lost a bit of his puncher here. So he's still going, because this is the part now where the soft tyres will kick in to pits now if they want to try and get that momentum here. But Dutch Louis will be on the charge here from Brennan's here for 7th place here. But oh my days, Dutch Louis struggling with that tyre wear. He's really struggling, so he's got to be absolutely careful here. But at the moment, he's in a McLaren sandwich here, because F1 Richards trying to push here. But the McLarens are doing well, actually, after what happened there at the qualifying. But F1 Richards trying to make the move done here. Try and make the move here at turn 14 here. F1 Richards makes the move done. Oh my days, F1 Richards makes a mistake here, and because of that, he had a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting there. Madness stuff here. Vodtek! Oh, come on! Oh my days! F1 Mr. P. Oh, what a move! They're still going top side here. Absolutely madness stuff here. Oh, I tell you what, madness stuff here. Peter McLaren is out of the race here. I'm not sure what's happened here again. I'm just going to watch it from Jeffrey's point of view here. I think Peter McLaren has retired in the pits here, because that's where Jeffrey's just gone past there as well. So, at the moment here, we're on lap 829 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Tim, all yours.
Currently, I am monitoring the battle between F1 Mr. P and Vodchtek. They are 1 second behind the leader of JSP, so no risk of DRS for JSP's sake at the moment. But F1 Mr. P is definitely wanting to knock off a few hundredths of a second to get back to JSP. Meanwhile, Vodchtek is behind him, still having a little bit of connection issue, at least for me, but so far so good, as he is driving and racing and trying to catch that Haas machine. So 3rd is Vodchtek, F1 Mr. P is 2nd, 1st is JSP.
Oh my days! Look at this from 8th, 9th and 10th here. So Spud, 9 steals and steal. Oh my days, please be a 3 to bed. We want a 3 to bed moment here for Tim. Come on, F3, come on! We will have a 3 to bed. Will we have a 3 to bed moment here? I don't think so. We might have a 2 to bed. We might have a 2 to bed here. We have 9 steals and so Spud here. Oh, they're going to top side here. On the straights here. No, steal! Oh, come on! We've got unbelievable stuff there. So Spud holding on. But Steele has moved on to 8th place here. He's stolen 8th place here. But so Spud holding on to try and get the pass here. The two cars are having a little bit of issues here on my screen as well. But at the moment here, they're still battling out here at this moment in time here. But Steele trying to close the old 9 steals for 7th place. Tim.
This is just an absolutely intense battle here between these 3 drivers. Steel B trying everything he can to catch that racing point machine of Nice Nails, but so far it looks as though Nice Nails is having a little bit of a better exit out of these corners. Nice Nails chasing down that Toro Rosso of Gasto. Gasto running in the 6th position, just ahead of him. F1 Richard, that is 1.7 seconds ahead. F1 Richard, though, currently getting into a little bit of a battle with Brennan's, as he is so very close to him and within DRS range, or at least he is flirting with it. He is flirting with the DRS, but the battle that we are watching at the moment is definitely between Nice Nails and Gasto. That is by far the closest that we can see, at least at the moment, is Nice Nails trying to use the slipstream to get close to Gasto and then use the DRS on the front stretch to his advantage as they go through turns 14 and through turn 15. They're now on the front straightaway. Nice Nails will have the DRS. There is no doubt about that. Along with the slipstream, will he be able to get by the Toro Rosso as they head down into turn 1 here momentarily? As Nice Nails, he is gaining on him, but not enough. He's going on the inside. Is he going to try to? No, he will not. He will not dive bomb the corner. He will not break late. He was not close enough. A smart move by Nice Nails. Just fall back in line and be patient.
Absolutely. Vodtech and Suspud have gone into the pits now for their one and only pit stop here from the hard tyres as well. On lap 10 on 29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. If you just joined, Craig, O'Stephen and B. Clyde are the unlucky drivers here who've had the DNFs here tonight. O'Stephen will be 50th race without a win from next week. Unbelievable stuff there. Hopefully he'll try and bounce back. F1 Richard is the next driver here who's not won any races at all since he joined the F3 League, so hopefully he will get this moment in time. But Brennan's F1 Richard are having a ding-dong battle for 3rd, 4th as well. So the 2 McLarens here and the 2 Hasses as well, which we've not mentioned as well. So F1 Mr. P and Mike on the medium tyres. So if you was battling out with your teammates here, would you fight in on track or would you be team orders here, Tim?
I am avidly and wholeheartedly and passionately against team orders. And in very few circumstances do they ever benefit the team. So I myself would definitely say, yes, as a teammate, I will race. Race them cleanly. Whatever you do, race them cleanly. Race them respectively, but race them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mr. P is going to the pits now. Mr. P is going for the pits. He's going to try to do the undercut here on the hard tyres here as well, because obviously some of the drivers have already pitted there. Vodtech is unfortunately out of... We've lost communication with him. I think he's gone back in. I'm not 100% sure, but he is. But hopefully he'll try and get back in there. But Vodtech's got the fastest on the race, so 131.5 here. Brennan's trying to make the move here on his teammate here on F1 Richard here. But like I said, all top 7 here have not had a pit stop just yet. Yeah, actually top 8 have not had a pit stop here. Same with Nitrogash, Dragier, and yeah, that's it. Let's see what's happening here. Biggest moves here. Nice Nails, Nicely, and Luke Bailey here of the man stuff here with the biggest movers here tonight. But like I said, fair play to the drivers here. This has been an absolutely belter. This could be one of the classic races here again at the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Tim?
Yeah, it really could. So far, Mike leading the race. Second is F1 Richard and Brennan's in third. Of course, we are right in the middle of pit stop. So here in just a few laps' time, who knows how that lineup is going to look. But so far, we have what is essentially a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car battle for the lead, or 4 car battle for the lead, excuse me, between... No, it is 5 cars. I can't count today. But yes, still be Nice Nails, Gasto, Brennan's, and F1 Richard. 5-car battle for second place with Mike trying. What's going on, Matt?
We might have a 3 in bed. Please be a 3 in bed. Please, come on, we might do it here. Come on, push that car to the limit here. Gasto, come on. Oh no, we might have 4. We've got 4-car battle here. Oh, come on. We would have had a 3 in bed there, but Gasto moves up to 4th. Nice Nails lost out to 5th. Oh, Steele. Oh my days, we've got 3. We've got a 3 in bed. We've got the 3 in bed. Oh, brilliant move there from I don't know what to say. Oh no. Contact between Steele and Nice Nails there. Absolutely manic stuff there. Yellow flag set to 1. Because of Steele. Steele's car might have lost a bit of his front wing as well. I'm not 100% sure, but we're still watching this battle here between 4th and 5th place here at this moment of time here. Tim?
Steel B has lost every bit of his front wing. There is no front wing on the front of that car, so he undoubtedly will have to pit this time.
He'll have to pit as well at this moment in time here. But like I said, it was really unlucky here. Steele has gone from bad to worse here because he's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So hopefully he'll try and bounce back here as quickly as possible here. But Vodtek, who pitted for the softs here, F1 Mr. P moves up to 10th place. Steele drops down to 11th. But Vodtek will be closing on Rymack here in a moment or two. But I'm still watching Nice Neil's try and closing on Gasto now for 4th place here. Absolutely manic stuff here. Oh, was that Vodtek has returned. Brennans has pitted. Same as Synchronicity. They've both pitted now. So the top 4 have not pitted yet. But if you was driving the mediums here tonight, Tim, what lap would you have gone for? Would you have gone for with where Brennans and Synchronicity have, or would you have gone a little bit longer?
I would have tried to win as long as absolutely possible. I really cannot give you a lap. Ideally, lap 15, but I'm just not sure if the medium tires have that much in them. But nonetheless, I would definitely try to stay out as long as possible because that just means that you have more grip on those hard tires. Absolutely.
I'm going to go straight to Nigel Gashi, who was closer to Brennans, who's just come out of the pits here for 11th place here. But like I said, because Nigel Gashi has had 12 laps on the hards, we have to wait and see what happens here at this moment in time here. But like I said, if you just join, ladies and gentlemen, where have you been? We're not even halfway marker here, and we've had a classic race at the moment here. So many battles galore here. It's just absolutely frantic stuff here. Vodtek closing on Roy Mack now for 6th place here. So I don't know if he's not back in his car, so he might have problems back in his car from our screen point of view anyway. But oh yeah, Vodtek is out of the race here because he's lost his car on track here. So not as in lost it completely, but he's just lost communication with the car here. So it might not be able to get back in. So Mike, F1 Richard, and so many drivers have gone in now. Nice News has gone still out here. Will that cost him time here, Tim?
Really, I just think it depends on how his tire wear is, and honestly, I would believe as though it would. He did spin on the very first lap, so that surely did not help his tire wear, but maybe he knows his tires a lot better than us, or maybe, just maybe, he's trying to risk it for a biscuit, as you always say, and go for it.
Absolutely. But Ryback will be closing on the ghosted Vodtek car here. But Brennans, who pitted earlier as well, just missed out on Mike and F1 Richard, who are on the pit stops as well. Grant, good evening to Grant. He says, nice early pit on the mediums for Brennans. My lad's a tactical thinker. He is a tactical thinker, actually, to be fair. He's done a good job here. But at the moment here, the two McLarens here in 9th and 10th place, where some of the drivers will have to pit again. Dutch Lou will have to pit again, definitely. But just depends on where Nice Niels and Luke Bailey will have to pit at that point in time here. So, what a race here. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go watch Brennans now for 10th place. Yellow flag set to 2. Do you see what happened there, Tim?
Unfortunately, no, I do not. But it does look as though maybe Nice Deals. Yeah, Nice Deals. He was the one that was off track. I just switched to him, and he was off track. So apparently, Malc, you were right. It was going to hurt him staying out. Apparently, his tire wear just was way too much.
It was way too much here. The gamble did not pay off here because you got JSP, you got F1 Mr. P, and Rymack, who are already out here with the tyre wear already. So Nice Deals will have to pit here. Yellow flags at 2 and 3. So Spud's dropped down to 15th place here. So Spud has dropped down to 15th place here. Where is a JSP? JSP trying to close in at that moment in time, but Rymack might have a chance on Vodtek again now. So at this moment in time here, Luke Bailey is the leader of the Bahrain Grand Prix here. Vodtek is not racing. He can't get back into his car, so he's not technically second. So Rymack is second. F1 Mr. P in 3rd. JSP in 4th. Dutch Louis 5th. Mike is in 6th. F1 Richard in 7th. Brennans is in 8th. Nigel Gash is in 9th. Gasto is in 10th. Synchronicity is in 11th. Jeffrey is in 12th. Nice Neil's 13th. So Spud 14th, Steele 15th, and Dragio 16th place. So, in case you're wondering, I have not made a mistake. It's just because Vodtek's car, he can't get back in. So he won't get back into the car unless that's been confirmed later on. That might be the finishing position. But but I doubt it, because obviously if you get disconnected, if you can't get back in, that's it. You lose the positions here as well. So at the moment in time here, Tim, who are you watching so far?
Watching JSP, he is running in the 5th position and trying to chase down F1 Mr. P. Rymac, F1 Mr. P, and JSP, that is what's going to be your top 3 once Luke Bailey pits, with the exception of the ghosted car of Botchek, who we have unfortunately lost connection with. So trying to get him back, but if we do not, then the top 3 will definitely be Rymac, F1 Mr. P, and JSP. So those 3 drivers with Dutch Louis in 4th, that was basically how they lined up. The only difference was Dutch Louis was behind Rymac, and F1 Mr. P was behind JSP. Rymac, though, 8 laps on those tires. F1 Mr. P, 5 laps on those tires. JSP, 6 laps on those tires. So out of all of them, Rymac does have the oldest set of tires. Dutch Louis, for some reason, is on the soft tires, so that is definitely going to hurt him, but maybe he's trying to make up as much ground as possible. But Rymac with the older tires might be at a disadvantage when it comes to the end of this race, because he will have over 20 laps on one set of hard tires when it's all said and done.
Yeah, hopefully he'll try and keep hold on to those hard tyres as much as possible here, because the hard tyres can last till the end of the race here, no doubt about it here as well, because the hard tyres can last about 19 to 20 laps here. So if he pit it on lap 10, 9, 10, he would have been fine. That's our telemetry data there as well. But if you like what we see so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel and on this video for all the live races here as well every week as well. So Rymax trying closing on Vodtek's car in 2nd place, but he will guarantee 2nd anyway, because Vodtek will have to pit anyway with the soft tyres. Won't last all the whole race, doubt it very much. So who's going to try and battle here at the moment here? We've got the 2 McLarens here, 8th and 9th at the moment here, but Gasto might have a chance here on Nodgash here for 10th place here, who's had 15 laps of the hard tyres. But bear in mind though, he'll have to pit earlier on. Dutch Louis pits. Dutch Louis has pitted here, so he'll go on the medium tyres, I'm guessing anyway. But I think it might have been a problem there with the tyre strategies there. But Gasto, oh, can he make the move? He makes the move to 9th place here. What a move there. Oh, they're still going. Notchkins is still going there. Oh, whoa, nearly buttoned the stuff there. Tim.
Yeah, that was definitely a intense battle. And good job on Gasto. Good move on Gasto. Nitro Gas now trying to chase him back down. But it looks as though Gasto has the advantage, and obviously so, as Nitro Gas has 16 laps on those hard tires versus Gasto only having 3.
Absolutely, absolutely. But like I said, Nitro Gas will have to pit regardless, because I think he's the only one left, as well as Luke Bailey for the stops. Yes, it is Nitro Gas and Luke Bailey, both on the Red Bulls, both on the hard tyres, so it depends on when they're going to pit in. But Luke Bailey is the biggest mover with 18th place move, so from 19th to 1st, that's still a brilliant momentum there from Luke Bailey. But like I said, he will lose out on 1st to Rymac, who will try and chase Luke Bailey down based on 7 more laps fresher than Luke Bailey. Rymac is. So at the moment here, lap 17 and 29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Who are you watching so far, Tim?
Watching F1 Mr. P 1.5 seconds behind Vodtek. Rymac now, he moves into 1st as Luke Bailey has went into the pits. So now it is Rymac and F1 Mr. P running 1 and 2. F1 Mr. P 2.1 seconds behind that Williams. So definitely not the gap that he's wanting to see, but hopefully he is able to knock it down as F1 Mr. P 1.7 seconds now back to 2.2. F1 Mr. P just trying everything he can to catch Rymac. Rymac, of course, 10 laps on those tires. F1 Mr. P 7 laps on the tires. So F1 Mr. P might have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to tire wear when this race starts to come to the closing laps.
We'll have to wait and see, because JSP is on the fight here to try and get 2nd place here, and would be a massive haul here for the Williams team here, as well as the Haas team, because the Haas team are in the 2nd and 4th place here at this moment in time here. But Mike and F1 Richard will have a battle here to try and close in on the guys here who maybe, I'm just saying, maybe near the end, probably about the last 2 to 3 laps, we might see a close battle for the top 5, or maybe top 6, sorry, if it stays like this at the moment. So majority of the drivers have all had some gaps here, except for JSP. and Steele. So Mr. P and JSP won battle. Steele and Suspud in 14th and 15th place, and also there for Richard Brennons is in 5th and 6th place with those 3 battles here galore as well. So, absolutely unbelievable race here. But look at this, JSP on the DRS straight now. He needs to try and push that car to the limit here. Do you think JSP will get F1 Mr. P here tonight, Tim?
I'd say that is almost a guarantee. JSP, he is just a man on a mission here. And he is just eating away into that gap each and every time, each and every lap. I'm seeing it's just getting a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dutch Louis has got the fastest lap of the race now with 1:31.580. So he's the quickest driver in the moment here tonight. So lap 19 and 29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Oh! JSP's out. Oh no, not again! Oh.
Everybody, there is technical difficulties that, if not happening on your screen right now, is about to happen, and that is unavoidable, and we apologize for that. Not sure what we're going to do about it.
We apologise for any technical difficulties here, guys.
The admins at the Invictus Racing League like to keep a family-friendly broadcast, so I will not echo my sentiments on how I feel about this, but I would just say it is unfortunate.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely spot on there from Tim there. We do apologise for any technical difficulties here. We have all been disconnected from the session, and it was a classic race again, but absolutely unbelievable stuff here. So it was on lap 19 of 29, so it just depends on what the guys are going to do for the points here. We either might. I mean, last night we unfortunately had the disconnection here, and we had to start it because it was really early in the race here. Now it's like near the end for the F3 League as well, and it would have been a nice ending of the race here tonight. It would have been a classic race at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Would you agree, Tim?
Yeah, it would have been a classic race, and just to help the admins, I have taken a screenshot of the current lineup because I have not yet been disconnected from the session. So somehow, some way, I am still in this session, and it looks as though everyone is going fine, but you said GSP left. I cannot tell if it is, the AI or if it is JSP that is in that car.
But I've just been disconnected, so I'm going to try and get back in. If not, so bear with me a sec, guys. So we might have been just disconnected here. So we will try and get back into the race here. So I apologise, guys. But as you can tell, mine's just got disconnected here. So
in the meantime, while Malc is trying to rejoin, I will update everyone on the race. Rimac in first. F1 Mr. P still in second. JSP in third. And JSP is starting to close in on F1 Mr. P. JSP 0.7 seconds back, 0.6 now, as he's going to have the DRS going down the front straightaway as they cross the line. Rimac, F1 Mr. P, and JSP will continue to be your top three. Rimac 1.7 seconds in the lead, but JSP is about to try to pass F1 Mr. P, but not able to get it done. As now they go through turn 2, F1 Mr. P gets a better exit out of 1 and 2, and that's going to really play into his hands as JSP is just back there fighting so very hard, but not able to do much with it. It just looks as though maybe JSP's car is a little bit tight. That's what it seems to me anyway, and he is really taking it gingerly through these corners. I think they are expecting Rimac to actually fall back, and it looks as though he is. 1.3 seconds now separating Rimac and F1 Mr. P. So the Haas machine has definitely gained a lot of time as they go through turns 9 and 10 now and going down another DRS straight. But F1 Mr. P is not in DRS range, but JSP is. So will he be able to pass him? Likely not. We have not seen a pass here all week, but JSP will definitely close the gap just a little bit to F1 Mr. P as they go through turn 11. And now the uphill right-hander, turn 12. Got to be very careful here. We saw a few drivers spin yesterday. You do not want to clip that curb. If you so much as think about talking about clipping the curb, you have already spun into the wall. You've got to be so very careful. It's a really slick corner. Going out of turn 13 and down the straightaway now, approaching turns 14 and 15. JSP going a little bit wide, just just a little bit out of 14 and 15 down the straightaway now. He lost a lot of time in that last corner. It is 0.8 seconds separating him and F1 Mr. P. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead, 1.4 seconds between the two.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there. Thank you, Tim. I do apologise for the guys who missed out on lap 20 and 21 we only got the last bit of end of lap 21. So back in live exclusive for you guys. I thought it was what happened last night with the disconnection stuff, but like I said, everyone here is still racing here. I thought it was just everyone. I'm not sure what happened there tonight, but we do apologise if you was watching it from my stream, guys. So again, apologise. But we're back live and exclusive for you guys. Nitrogen Gas has got the fastest of the race now, 1:30.233. Absolutely manic stuff here. I tell you what, will Rimac get his first win of the season here? He's at a third place. He's at a second place. Will he get his first place here tonight? We'll have to wait and find out here. But will JSP try and close in on F1 Mr. P here? Because Mr. P is another driver here who's got a record here, who's not won a race yet. So, do you think Mr. P has got a chance here to try and win his first race of the season or not?
He definitely has a chance. I'm watching that gap, and it is just shrinking time and time again. I actually think that Rimac has now realized how close F1 Mr. P is getting and has kicked it into high gear. But you've got to remember, Rimac has 14 laps on those tires, and we have about 7 or 8 laps to go. That is a big stretch on those hard tires. And F1 Mr. P, meanwhile, he has 11 laps on those tires, now up to 12. So it's really only a 3-lap difference, but it could make all the difference if F1 Mr. P has been able to conserve his tires, where Rimac may or may not have been.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we've got a couple of battles going on here because we got Gast. I'm going to go back to Gasto here. Brennon's here for 6th and 7th place here because Gasto's getting even closer here to Brennon's here at this moment in time. Nick says, get on the Brennon's battle. I am trying, but there's so many battles galore here. You've got Vodtek who try to close it on Sigonossi here for 10th and 11th place. JSP might have a chance to close it on Mr. P here for 2nd place here. He might have a boost here for the Williams driver here, well, the Williams team as well for first and 2nd place here. So, we're on lap 23 and 29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. If you like what we see so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the channel for all the live races here as well. We're not over yet here. We're on lap 23, and it's absolutely unbelievable stuff here. Tim.
Unbelievable indeed, and the battle for the lead, it is starting to come into play. 1.2 seconds separating Rimac and F1 Mr. P. JSP back there waiting in the wings, waiting to pounce when he can. Half a second, 0.5 seconds separating him and F1 Mr. P.
Absolutely, but I think we might see try and get closer and closer than ever before here, because Rimac's tyres will be a sitting duck here. Like I said, another 5 laps would be alright here, but it just depends on if JSP and Mr. P will close in on Rimac's tyres wear here. But JSP could be having a close battle here for Mr. P here for 2nd place here. Who's been your driver of the day so far, Tim?
Honestly, it's difficult for me to pick a driver of the day, but so far it might be leaning toward F1 Richard. He started in 11th, but now he's worked his way all the way to 5th place, and it looks as though that's where he's going to finish so far, as nothing catastrophic were to befall on him. But 5th place from 11th, that is definitely respectable.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there. But JSP try to get closer to Mr. P here for 2nd place here. The 2 McLarens are in the top 6 here. That's a brilliant job here. Two Williams, 2 Hasses and 2 McLarens here are in the top 6 here. That's a brilliant job here as well. So JSP try and get closer to Mr. P here. Stephen says Luke Bailey 11 plus positions gained. Yes, he has. He has made quite a few moves here, Luke Bailey. So that's still a brilliant job here. Vodtek, Dutch Louis having a ding dong battle here for 10th and 11th place here. But again, I'm really trying to watch this Mr. P JSP battle here, because I think in the next few laps here we might be getting closer to Rimac here for 1st place. As long as they can keep it consistency and there's no issues on track here, this could be a battle for the top 3 here, and absolutely fantastic stuff here. But JSP could have a chance here on Mr. P. Oh my! I tell you what, that could have been unbelievable move there, but JSP makes the move and does it. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. Stephen says Luke Bailey 11 plus positions gained. JSP to win JSP to win again. So double win for JSP. That could be the moment here, but it depends if JSP can try and catch up now to Rimac. Mr. P, who had a brilliant battle there, but hopefully he'll try and bounce back as quickly as possible here. Tim, who are you watching so far?
I am watching this battle for first, second, and third, and I believe that JSP was conserving. He kept just a little bit in the tank because now he is pulling away from F1 Mr. P. So I think he was definitely conserving his tires and trying to set up himself for a last few laps dash to try to get that win.
Absolutely, but I'm going to go back to Gasto, Luke Bailey and Brennan's battle here for 6th, 7th and 8th place here at turn 10 here. Can Gasto try and make the move here on the DRS straight now? Brennan's will have to be defensive here at this moment in time here. Gasto. Oh, come on! Oh, he missed out. He missed out to 11 here. He missed out to 11 to make the move here, but Brennan's will have to push that car to limit here at turn 12 here. Dutch Louis drops down to 11th, Sigurdsson moves up to 10th place here. They're having a ding-dong battle here for the last position place here, for the final point here. Tim!
This is an amazing battle mouth, but I cannot watch what you're watching. I am monitoring JSP, Rimac, and F1 Mr. P. JSP 1.1 seconds behind Rimac and closing in. He might get the DRS next time. He might have the DRS in a lapse time. He might be in the lead in the lapse time. I just do not know. He just barely missed the DRS out of turn 3.
Oh, barely, but Gasto makes the move on Brennan's at the DRS straight here, at the start finishing line straight here. Gasto moves up to 6th, Brennan's drops down to 7th place here. But I tell you what, Dre G has got 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now.
That's unfortunate for Dre Gio. It's been a really rough race for him.
Yeah, he's been really unlucky this season here. Dre Gio needs something to get that red. It feels like he needs a Red Bull car or something to give him some massive boost here. But I tell you what, Stevens just message saying, think Rimac's tyres will go off the cliff. It is at the barrier. It is at the barrier moment here. But still watching this battle here between Gasto, Brennan's and Luke Bailey while you're watching that battle for the top lead. I tell you what, do you think JSP will get it? Do you think JSP will win the race here against Rimac, or do you think Rimac will hold on here for first place, Tim?
JSP is really having issues through corners, especially through turn 10, as he actually just clipped the curb, and he clips the curb through turn 14, and that's really slowing him down. It's just the line that he's taken. I mean, you want to use that curb, but you don't want to get a huge bump on him, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's losing time to Rimac each time that he does that, so he's really going to have to mind his P's and Q's here. Rimac, meanwhile, just seems like he is on a rail. I have no idea how he's holding on to that car, but he is indeed.
He's holding on, but Luke Bailey will move up to 7th place here, passing Brennan's here from 8th place here, but Brennan's makes the move! Oh no, I thought he would try and make the move here, but Brennan's, he's struggling with those hard tyres here. He's trying to push that car, but Luke Bailey's on the fresher medium tyres here. Like I said, fresher, quicker, a little bit of a quicker tyre than the hard tyres here, but Luke Bailey will pass Brennan's here, and he's trying to get on to Gasto here for 6th place here. We're on lap 27-29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League here tonight. What a race here tonight. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. The battle for the top 3, the battle for 6th place here, and also so much battles here for the last point here of the race here. We don't know which one to pick here, Tim.
No, JSP, though, he is trying so very hard, but I think his tires have fallen off a cliff. He is really starting to stagnate unless he is saving for a last 2-lap charge, or maybe even a last lap charge. Unless he's conserving, it's like his tires have fallen off of a cliff. He can get close to DRS, but he cannot get in that window. If he could get into that window, I do believe that he would pass Rimac, and I do believe he'll win this race, but it just is not happening. He is 1.057 seconds down, 1.5 seconds, 1.0. It's just changing all of the time as they head down into turn 1. His best bet is Rimac making a mistake, the littlest mistake on Rimac's part. JSP will have DRS. In fact, he is in the DRS window now, but will he hold on to it? No, he will not. He will not hold on to it as he exits turn 3.
We were exit turn 3 there, but while you're watching that, I was trying to flick between the top 3 and 6, 7 and 8. I do apologise to the viewers who were just watching the stream here. I was trying to get so much battles here. So Gusto, Luke Bailey, Brennan's still having a ding-dong battle here. We're on lap 28, the penultimate lap here of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League here. JSP tried to push that car. He's in the 1 second barrier. Dutch Louis got a 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings here. Oh my days, Luke Bailey nearly went to the back of Gusto there for 6th place here, but Browns will try and pounce here as quickly. It's just absolutely unbelievable stuff here, but Brenos will need to push now. Brenos will need to push here at this moment in time, but I want to get back to the top 3. I really do want to get back to the top 3, but Luke Bailey might have a chance on Gusto here for 6th place here. No, still not. Oh, nearly. Brenos is trying to make the move here on Luke Bailey for 7th place here. Tim.
JSP might be getting DRS this time as they go through turns 14 and 15. Rymac goes a little bit wide. JSP not the best line, but he might have a DRS going down the front straightaway. Yes, he does. He has the DRS. I heard the beep, and now he is going to use the slipstream. He's going to use the DRS to try to get close to Rymac, and the time is ticking away. 0.7. And this is the last lap, the final lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Will JSP be able to pass his teammate, or will Rymac walk away and get his first win of his F3 career and in the Invictus Racing League? JSP will have the DRS yet again, exiting turn 3. He's using the slipstream and everything to his advantage. JSP, he keeps diving down to the inside, and he dives down to the inside way too soon instead of using the slipstream as he should. It's just going to be so very close, and I'm on the edge of my seat. This is the most intense battle I have probably been able to witness on the last lap in any Invictus Racing League race since I have been commentating. JSP now right up to the bumper of Rymac, but now Rymac pulling away as he gets a better exit out of that corner. They approach turns 9 and 10. This is where Rymac has been so good, and JSP not so much, but JSP not touching that curve, and he will have the DRS as they exit this corner, using that slipstream to his advantage. Going to try to do everything that he can, but Rymac got such a good exit out of that corner that he pulled away. JSP, though, he has been very good in turns 11 and 12. The uphill right-hander up 12. That is JSP's strong suit, and that might be the deciding factor here to see if maybe he can get close, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Rymac might have won this race, but it's not over yet. We have 2 more corners to go, but I just do not think that JSP is close enough as they go down the straightaway, approaching turns 14 and 15. He's going to have to take a mistake on Rymac's part for JSP to win this, but it will not happen. Rymac, he will cross the line here in just a moment, and he will win his first race in the Invictus Racing League at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there from Rymac, JSP and F1 Mr. P here. But I want to get back here because Brenos had a ding-dong battle here with Gusto and Luke Bailey here. So Brenos will move up to 7th place here. Gusto finishes in 6th. Oh, sorry. Brenos finishes in 6th place here. Gusto drops down to 7th place here out of his penalties here. Nice deals in 8th. Luke Bailey in 9th. Dutch Louis will finish in 10th place here. Good evening to Martin. How you doing, mate? This is hard. This commentator is great. I'm triggered by it to watch every single race. Yes. Absolutely fantastic stuff there. Votek in 10th place, but I think that will have to be confirmed on what's going to happen because he did leave the session. He couldn't get back because of connection issues here. So Dutch Louis might get the final point here, but we'll get that confirmed later on. But Steele finishes in 12th. Nigel Gash finishes in 13th. Sikorowski 14th. Dre GL finishes in 15th place. Jeffrey in 16th. And Sir Spud will finish off, round it off at the Bahrain Grand Prix in 17th place. Carlos says, yes, my man. Go on, Rymac. Rymac will finish his first ever win at the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. So it's took him, like I said, this has been the 7th race here. So absolutely fantastic stuff here as well.
And Malc,
sorry,
I told you so.
Yeah, you are deadly right there. You are absolutely right there. And he says, I told you so. I thought JSP might have spoiled the party here to try and get into Rymac, but with his experience and trying to hold on here for dear life here, that was just absolutely unbelievable stuff there. What a race. What a fantastic race here for the F3 League for round 7 at the glorious race of the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is the race classification for the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. You've got Rymac in 1st, JSP in 2nd, F1 Mr. P in 3rd, Mike is in 4th, just missed out on the podium here, F1 Richard in 5th, Brennan 6th, Gusto 7th, Nice News 8th, Luke 9th. Votek did lose connection of the car, so we'll get that confirmed, but he did finish on here in 10th. Dutch Louis 11th, Steele 12th, Nigel gets 13th, Sikonossi 14th, Dre 15th, Suspud 16th, Jeffrey 17th, Peter McLeod, O'Stephen and Craig are the only ones who've had the unfortunate DNFs during the race tonight. It was just absolutely unbelievable stuff here. I will invite JSP, Rymac and F1 Mr. P for their final positions here tonight. So that was just unbelievable there. Vodtek has been disconnected, has been confirmed, but like I said, I think Dutch Louis will get the final points here tonight as well. So we're just waiting for the guys to get themselves prepped up and ready to go before we do the interviews. If you like I said, guys, while we're waiting for that, can you please make sure you subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here as well. So, like I said, brilliant drive there from Rymac just at the nick of time there because of the on-course of JSP for second place here. Mr. P did well to try and get third, but his record of not win at the F3 League is still going on. He's still going on as well, but hopefully he'll try and bounce back here as quickly as possible. Mike says, so good to be back racing. Good points for Haas tonight. Absolutely, absolutely. We will try and invite. I will try and invite some of the drivers here tonight. So bear with me a sec, guys. We will try and kick off with the drivers in tonight. So bear with us a sec, guys, and we're about to get everyone in. So we're going to invite JSP. F1 Mr. P. I'm going to see if JSP is going to try and come in. And so if you bear with us a sec, guys, we will try and invite them in as we speak. JSP 1, 2. So I'm just going to get Rymac in as well. Rymac. So let's just see. So while we're getting some of the drivers in as well, we're just waiting for Rymac and JSP and F1 Mr. P. Just as I was trying to get into sorting out with the commentator stuff, we've got that sorted now. So, like I said, madness stuff here. Mike says, I'm a bit rusty, missed the podiums for just a tiny bit. Lol. Congrats to the top 3. Yes, thank you very much for those drivers as well. Before we carry on, guys, can you please make sure you allow a voice to be shared? It's set to always allow. If you're not sure how to do it, go to the party settings, and there's an option for the allow voice to be shared. Make sure it's set to always allow. Mike says, tell Mr. P was hoping he could snatch second. I had the best seat watching him and JSP. So we'll get that confirmed from Mr. P's point of view there. But at the moment here, while the guys are all set and ready to go, I'll be talking to Rymac on his first ever Invictus Racing League win this season, and on the 7th time of asking here as well. And JSP on his brilliant podium run here. It's like his win last week, and he's got his second place here tonight. Fantastic stuff. And F1 Mr. P on another podium here to keep that momentum going here. He's had three podiums here, 1 second and 2 thirds here. So brilliant stuff there. So Rymac, JSP and Mr. P, have you all got your loud voice to be set on?
Yep.
Cool. So I'll be talking to Rymac, then JSP, and then F1 Mr. P for their thoughts of their race tonight. Rymac, how you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, good, Malc. How are you?
Absolutely unbelievable stuff. 20 drivers, manic stuff there. So many battles galore there. Tell us about your thoughts of the race tonight.
Stressful. Tyre management. Really, honestly. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have did softs to hards because I was twitching at the end. Yeah, my heart's still going 100 miles an hour. I don't know how I did that.
You don't know how you did that, but you have done it. You have just won your first ever race of the Invictus, your first ever win at Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Surely you're going to have so much iron bruise moments here tonight. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Oh, no. I should have did the mediums. I'm not doing that again. That was too stressful.
too stressful. Oh, right, Max, absolutely stressful here tonight. I promise you, that's going to be one of your bestest ever performances tonight, surely.
Yeah, to be fair, starting first and finishing first. A lot of it, to be fair, to Vodstech for giving me a DRS for a few laps there, and Charlie from our F1 League for the setup as well. So thanks a lot for that. Wouldn't have been able to do it without that.
Fair dues, fair dues. That's great stuff there. Absolutely unbelievable stuff there. But did you feel like you was under pressure from JSP at the last 2 to 3 laps at that point in time?
Sorry, say again, Malc?
So, you know, when you was battling out with, trying to hold on for first place, was you pressured by JSP in the last 2 to 3 laps?
Well, I know JSP was kind of battling with Mr. P a little bit there. The pace from the two of them ploughing through behind me. I was trying so hard to manage my tyres, but I had to keep pushing to make sure none of them got my DRS. But they both had fresher tyres. I knew that it would come eventually, but yeah, another couple of laps and it would have been done. I think, 77% worn in the back at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. But fair, like I said, Mac, that it was still an unbelievable moment here. You did get your first win finally after you were struggling to try and get your first ever podium. Now you got your first win. Now I will say this a little bit, right? You was third place before tonight's race. Do you think you got a chance of winning the Drivers' Championship this season?
A few of my favourite tracks coming up. So yeah, I feel I've got good pace around the rest of the season, bar one of the tracks. So to be fair, as long as I can drive around without any incidents, it's certainly up for grabs.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Mac, I will say this now: you have just won the Bahrain Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. What a drive from yourself here tonight, and I'm sure you're going to have so many Iron Brew moments here, so we won't be hearing from you for the next few days. We're drinking too much on that one. So, we got the Italian Grand Prix next week, so the last 2 questions from yourself. What are your thoughts of the track, and what are your expectations for next week?
Yeah, love the track, Malc. One of the favourites. Good pace round Monza as well, so yeah, definitely one to look forward to. Absolutely
fantastic stuff. Mac, it's been a pleasure, and it's an absolute honour to see you in the top podium, proper first place here tonight. So well done tonight. You did a brilliant job, and done well to keep with the Williams the Williams team with so many points here tonight. So brilliant stuff here tonight, Mac. And if you can stay if you want, or you can shoot off, it's up to you. But thank you very much for joining us tonight for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff.
I'll stick around. Thanks, Malc.
Nice one, mate. Thank you. JSP, how you doing, mate? How you doing, mate? You alright?
Not bad. Not bad. Intense.
Intense. Now, I'm going to say this to you now. Do you feel gutted to not win the race tonight, or did you feel like you was relieved to get second place?
It's a toss-up, really. To be honest, I didn't expect to be anywhere near the podium, so I've got to be happy with second. But the strategy was just it was a real gamble, to be honest. I knew if you had clean air, you could probably make it work, but if you got hooked up with anyone, then it was going to be tough. And of course, Dutch Lowy stuck it right at the front as well, so that kind of didn't help with the softs and the tyre managements early on. And then when Mr. P he was out in front of me, obviously after the stops, I thought, okay, well, that's third, but slowly managed to pull him in. I was just trying to keep the tyres and stuff. And then as soon as I got past him, I thought, right, up to the back of Rimac, I'll have a crack. And the DRS failed for the last 3 or 4 laps, so that was that. But yeah, it was pretty intense.
Pretty intense stuff. Rimac was saying it was pouring with sweat there, and he had this hard moment there. Unbelievable stuff there. But would you say yours and Mr. P's battle here was the best one that you've had so far?
Yeah, certainly the closest. Might not have been the most exciting to watch, but you could tell every time I got into DRS he'd pick it up, and then I'd have to get back to him again. It was real kind of to and fro stuff, and I think the last lap or two I was kind of waiting for the attack really, but just had enough to hold on.
just enough to hold on, and you did well. You did very, very well to get second place here tonight after, as you just confirmed, that you just wasn't sure what was going to happen here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. But did you feel like you had to get a good qualifying position to get to where you was tonight, or did you?
It was, to be honest, for me, it was sacrificing a bit of race pace for qualifying up the front on softs, because I've not got great single race pace around it, or single lap pace around it, but in the race I'm usually kind of reasonably strong. So for me it was worth the gamble. And then Rimac came with me, and he's pretty quick around there. He can stick a lap in when he wants to. So yeah, that's good. Some more points for the team. So happy days.
Happy days indeed. But like I said, the first 5 races, you were struggling to like 7th and 8th, and then all of a sudden last week at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix you had your win, and then you got you got second place. Do you feel like you got a good chance of getting some decent points in the Drivers' Championship as well as the Constructors tonight?
I hope so. There's one more race I'm going to have to miss, unfortunately, this year with holiday, and so I don't think I'm in for the title like the other guys are. But yeah, I mean, the first race really, Germany, was finding my feet. I missed 2 races, unfortunately, because we were away, and then the other 2 I had front wing damage and caught up. One was my accident, one was someone else's. So they were kind of recovery drives to 8th and 9th, I think, those times. So yeah, if I can keep it clean, then it should be good.
Should be good stuff. JSP, unbelievable stuff. 2 podiums in a row. Like I said, in a consecutive rows here, but can it make it a 3rd next week at the Monza track? So what's your thoughts of the track, and what are your expectations for next week?
Yeah, I like Monza. I haven't played it for a while. I'll have to get on and get some practice in this week and have a look at setup and stuff. But I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be strong around there. I suspect Rymac's going to take a bit of stopping. I know he said it's one of his favourites, but yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to wait and see as well. But JSP, you're an absolute legend here, mate, as always. You've done well to get the Williams Constructors to get some decent points here tonight. But like I said, absolutely unbelievable stuff. I wish you all the very best of luck for next week and throughout the remainder of the season as well, JSP. You can stay if you want, or you can shoot off. It's up to you. But like I said, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Before I carry on to speak to Mr. P, I've just got some confirmation from the stats as well. Rimac, you are the 98th race winner at Invictus Racing League. That's just come up now, so I do apologise if I didn't mention that earlier on, but the 98th race winner at Invictus Racing League. So brilliant stuff there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Thank you to Coop, who's just joined in the stream as well, for getting it confirmed as well. So well done, Rimac, for that 98th winner. So it's like 98th different race winner as well. Mr. P, how you doing, mate? You alright?
Hello, not bad.
Tell us about your thoughts of the race tonight.
Yeah, it was a good one. I think realistically any of the top 3 could have won it, to be honest. Yeah, it was just a good all round close race.
Yeah, it was a good battle, so much galore there. But did you feel like you missed out on the win, or maybe even second place tonight?
Yeah, I feel like I missed out on second, really, to be honest. I was trying to use up my ERS and fuel to get on the back of Rimac, and I made a couple of silly errors which let JSP close, and then because I'd used up the fuel in the ERS, I didn't have much to defend with. But I mean, the whole plan from the start, I mean, I qualified on mediums on purpose just to see if I could get amongst the soft runners and stick with them in the first stint, which obviously I did. And then they pitted a couple of laps before me. I could have gone longer on the mediums, but I went in early, so I'll come out with them, so I could maybe use their DRS to stay with them for the rest of the race. So it worked out. The plan worked.
Absolutely, you did a good job. The man with a plan is always remembered from your side, Mr. P. But like I said, as I mentioned to JSP, did you feel like your battle with JSP was a good one tonight, or was one of your bestest battles tonight, would you say?
Yeah, it wasn't probably like JSP said, it probably wasn't the most exciting one to watch, but he was obviously sitting there to pounce at any point. and as soon as he sort of upped the pace, obviously I noticed it, so I started turning everything up on my car as well, and then I think we're just sort of holding off. It was a bit backwards and forwards, and then he got me, so I just tried to stay with him and save some more fuel in the ERS, and then go for the attack at the end again. And obviously I was right behind him. I think another couple of laps, then I could have probably got it back, but I'm happy with third.
Brilliant stuff. For your side, Mr. P, I mean, you've had three podiums tonight. Obviously, you're one of those records where you haven't won an F3 league race just yet. But do you feel like you've got the chance to win a race this season, or do you think it's a bit too early to say? Would you say?
No, I think it's definitely there. You know, my issue is that I haven't got a lot of time to get on and practice, so that doesn't help a lot. But yeah, it's definitely possible, I think. So I'd like to think it would happen this season.
I hope so. Just to get that record off your back there as well, because I'm sure you got that win inside of you as well, and I'm sure you'll get that this season, I think, anyway. But I just wanted to hear your thoughts of there, because you had 3 podiums tonight. 3 podiums tonight? That's impressive stuff there. Like I said, 3 podiums throughout the season there. So let's see what happens here for the next few races here as well. So, 2 questions left from yourself, Mr. P, for the final time. So, what's your thoughts of the Monza track, the Italian Grand Prix, and what are your expectations for next week?
Well, I mean, back in the day, Malc, we've obviously raced Monza.
Yes.
There was a certain strategy I could do there, which nobody else could do back in the day, which used to make me win the race quite comfortably, but who knows? I'll try it, and we'll see what happens.
Like I said, you flip a coin, and you have to wait and see what happens in the 2019 game on that one. So it could happen, it could work, what the setup that you're going to do, but would you risk it for a biscuit? That's what I always say for your side, Mr. P. That's always there. But
probably.
Mr. P,
I'm always hungry.
Yeah, the man with a plan, as always keep saying to yourself, Mr. P, always there. So, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Mr. P. Well done for tonight for 3rd place here. I know you were devastated to not get 2nd, but you had a great battle there with JSP on that one as well. But you can stay if you want, Mr. P, or you can shoot off. It's up to you. But thank you very much for joining us tonight, Mr. P.
Nice one. Cheers.
So, I'd like to say thank you to Rymac, JSP, and Mr. P. I can see JSP, Mr. P, JSP, Mr. P. Like the rhyming stuff there as well. So, they're having a brilliant podiums here tonight at the glorious race of Bahrain. I will say this for the final time, Tim's final commentary on the F3 League tonight. Hopefully he will bounce back in one. It depends on his schedule as well. But this is the last race he will do for F3. But he will still carry on with the Performance League on the Tuesday nights. But he cannot carry on in the F3 League as of after tonight. So, Tim, for the final time, what did you thought as the race overall at the Bahrain Grand Prix of one of your favourite tracks?
I think it was what we needed, and I think it was a race that, we're going to remember for a while. And I even said to Malc, that Rymac's been one of those that you got to watch in all week, or all season. I've been saying, those new drivers of Rimac, JSP, and then not a new driver, but F1 Mr. P, F1 Richard even. I've been saying so many drivers are the ones to watch, and now we got 3 of them on the podium here tonight. So congratulations to you guys, and thank you for putting on such a great show, especially you JSP and Rimac. JSP, that last little bit of the race, you were just creeping up on Rimac. It was getting so close. I was probably for the last 5-8 laps, I was watching the battle, and I was watching the time, and I was watching the gap, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is going to be so very close.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But congratulations to all 3 of you. You did an amazing job. You've done an amazing job all season, and I'll watch the races if I can. But unfortunately, I won't be able to be here to commentate for the rest of this season for the F3 League.
Yeah,
that's great. Thanks, Tim, on behalf of all the drivers.
Yeah, nice one, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh,
I
brilliant.
appreciate you guys.
Brilliant stuff. This is what I love about the F3 League. So much respect, absolutely. But like I said, as following on from the drivers here, Tim, absolute legend. Thank you for joining me on the commentaries box throughout your time on the F3 League. I'm sure you will come back once your schedule has been changed. But at the moment here, thank you very much for all you did for the commentary and to make it so much exciting on the for the drivers here to rewatch it back. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. Thank you very much for everything, Tim, on F3 League.
And I thank you, Malc. It has been fun, and you know I'm still going to be there for the Performance League, so it's not a goodbye. It's just it is just a temporary stepping back from F3.
It's just a stepping back from F3 as well. So, like I said, thank you very much again, Tim, for all your hard work here as well. Ryan Mack, JSP, Mr. P, thank you very much for joining us tonight to join us in the commentators box as well. Thank you to everyone that's watching the stream here as well. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream at the Glorious Race of Bahrain. We had a little bit of a problem on my stream part there where we lost out from lap 19 to 21, so you missed out 2 to 3 laps there. But thank you very much for joining us tonight. This was the Invictus Racing League for the F3 League at the Glorious Race of Bahrain Grand Prix. I was your host with the most, Malc, and for the final time in the F3 career in the commentator's box, the greatest American commentator of them all, Tim. Thank you again, as always. And I say, next week I will be at the Glorious Race on the Monza track. Hopefully I'll get someone to join in with me, but if not, I will be still there live and exclusive for you guys here. For the final time, please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much, guys. I'll tell you what, I'll see you all next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.